like if you're not accountable, then you got some growing up to do. Like
Lots.
you just
Lots.
got growing up to do.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You're scared. They
Mm-hmm.
scared. Hey y'all, welcome back.
Or welcome to Black. I'm one of your hosts, Dominique, aka Big Dom.
And I'm your other host, Naya, aka Billy Bell. And as you can see, we got our first male guest. Oh my
Yes.
God, it is my friend Marcus. Everybody, please welcome him.
Yes.
I'm so
Yes.
excited about this. Marcus, thank you for allowing us to bring you on the show. And we're really excited to have you.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to be on here. This is like a breath of fresh air. This is something I actually want to do. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's great that y'all allowing guests and everything. So this is great. I watched it a little bit. I liked it. I've been cool with Naya, so it was like, oh, she got a podcast.
Mhm.
I checked it out. It was good. I like it. I like it. Love to be here.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
No, you're look, no pressure, but you setting the standard for the first male guest. So, look, I'm
Oh,
just
that's
saying.
good. Yes.
Just
Yeah.
saying, you setting the
Yeah.
standard right now. But no, we really appreciate you for coming on. Thank you so much.
You
For
are.
sure. And don't be afraid to talk your shit either, because we're going to talk our shit. So I hope you
Oh,
talk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right there with y'all. Three amigos.
Okay.
I'm gonna fit right in.
All right. Say what? So with you being the guest, Marcus, how's your mental today? How you doing?
Today, actually, I've been great today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a great day today. I had work earlier today this morning. Knocked that out. It was free flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Just today's just been great. Being knowing I was gonna be on here today, I was hyped all day. Wasn't nothing gonna ruin my day today. So
That's
I'm
good.
high. I'm good.
I
Okay.
know that's right.
On a
1 to
scale,
10.
yeah, 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself?
10.
Period.
10.
Okay.
Period.
Say
Period. What
what?
about you, Don?
I would say today I'm also a 10. Today has just been chill, no complaints, just a straightforward day, a good Monday. And I feel this week will be a very great week. So I'm just basking in
Same.
the ambience. Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Yep. And me too. I'm at a 10 too. So we at 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Because today was good for me too. Work was cool. I'm getting ahead of my schoolwork because it's a spring break about to come. So I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to get like ahead so I can have two weeks of spring break, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, like today's been chill. 10.
Bam, I'm here for it. And Marcus, may I say, I do love the dreads. I'm sorry I'm not a part of the dreadhead gang here. Naya
Let's
just
get with it.
she did a retwist yesterday. It looks perfect. You slayed that. Okay. Yes. I love
Thank
a
you.
fresh retwist on people who got dreads. Like you can tell, like, oh, you just got your shit redone. Like that look
Feeling
nice.
too
Yeah.
good.
See
What?
that scalp. See
Yeah.
that scalp.
And also Marcus, right, I see your scalp now. And Marcus, you also have a very pretty smile. So I feel your energy today is great.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
Mhm.
Same here. I was, man, I ain't gonna lie. I love your hair too.
Thank you. Thank
Love
you.
it. I love seeing our
Ain't
women
her
with our
curls
natural
popping?
hair.
Like, oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
What?
Oh, you guys. Don't do that. Don't do that. But
It's
I
the
appreciate
truth.
it. Yay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Our topic of the day is brought by Marcus. And let me tell y'all, men love to point blame saying that women can't do this. Women love to point blame saying that men don't do that. And I'm talking about accountability. Ooh,
Ooh.
Ooh.
accountability. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we
Mm-hmm.
have compiled a group of questions that we're all going to ask each other, get each other's answers. And the first one is, what does being accountable mean to you? Does anybody want to go first?
Ouch. Guess go first this
Oh,
time.
you in the hot seat
Okay,
there,
I'm
Marcus.
cool.
No. Okay, that's the last time. But this
Yes.
time.
What does being accountable mean to you, Marcus?
Man, that's an amazing question. Amazing question. So I would say it's being more connected to yourself. So I feel like being accountable is to love yourself
Mhm.
because if you're not accountable, you're not really loving yourself. So in a
Mm-hmm.
way, the more accountable I give myself, the more I experience things, the more I look what other people experience, and being able to see how other people experience things without trying to label them. Well, it ain't like me. I wouldn't do that. But to be in their shoes and feel it,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna have that feeling for you. So you getting two W's off there. You winning on yourself, and you winning because you understanding what's going on around you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I like
I
that
feel that.
answer. I like
I
that
feel that.
answer. Okay,
You
I
know,
like that.
yeah.
Okay, so I want to go next. So
Okay,
being
go ahead.
accountable to me is off the dome is admitting when you're wrong. People are
Mm-hmm.
so like they can't admit when they're wrong. I'll be the first one to say I fucked up. I didn't do that correctly. Oh, let me replay that. Like I just show like hold on a second, let me redo that. So admitting when you're wrong, also when you hurt somebody either directly or indirectly, holding yourself responsible for your actions, your decisions, and their outcome as well, and being transparent about your behavior. We're so quick to just hide behind what we're doing and not state what's going on. But people see what you got going on by your behavior and you not even saying what's going on, what you're doing. And lastly, I would say is having a willingness to make things right when things are wrong. That's what
Mm.
accountable means to me. Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, okay. I'll go. So to me, accountability is having self-integrity. So basically doing what you said that you were going to do. And if you don't, having the ability to admit that you did it. Like, so just being truthful and honest is kind of what accountability is to me, is being honest with yourself and being honest with other people about who you are. You know what I mean? So like whatever your faults is, or whatever you did wrong, whatever you did right, it's just standing on business. That's what
Mhm.
accountability is.
Point blank period. I don't have any rebuttal back to anybody's response, but as long as like you just admit when you're wrong, having that self-integrity, being self-awareness is key. You are right with me, but if you against those
Mm-hmm.
types of things, I'm not fucking with you. Like go on somewhere with that extra shit.
Facts.
Not.
That drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, that drives
Yeah.
me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like if you're not accountable, then you got some growing up to do. Like just
Lots.
you just
Lots.
got growing up to do.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You're scared. They
Mm-hmm.
scared. They scared.
Yeah. Yes. What's the next
Yeah.
question we have, Naya?
All right. So the next question is, do you consider yourself accountable?
Hell
So,
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, off the dome. Hell yeah. I
me,
consider,
go ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna talk about shit. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I find
Yeah.
myself to be very accountable. I'm also a firm believer in what you accept about yourself can't nobody use against you. So I will be the first one to say the shit I fucked up on, the shit I did wrong, the shit I didn't do, because I'd be damned if I let somebody else tell me what I did and I didn't do. Like, you got me fucked up. Like, no, I'm really big
Mm-hmm.
on my pride and ego. Sometimes they can't
Mm-hmm.
get in the way of certain things. But when it comes to myself, I'm very protective of myself, my mental health, my physical well-being, all that in between. So that's how serious I am about
Okay.
myself. Try me, bitch.
Oh,
Okay, I'm done.
Don't playing today.
I'm not playing today, man. All right, this is a good topic to me. I hold this
It's a
topic
good
dear
topic.
to my
Yeah.
core.
Marcus, what about you? You consider yourself accountable?
What? You know it.
I'm
You
making
know it.
sure.
Like the reason I see, I want to throw something out here. I don't know if people like believe in. Well, I don't want to use
Speak it.
believe, but know about astrology and like look at it and really try to look at your traits of how you move as a person. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Gemini. So when I break down, they say you like a half of a other side or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or you can be two faced or two sided. In a way, I picture it that you can have the blend of the feminine and the masculine. So
Right.
for me as a person, I'm very understanding. I'm very caring. I'm like loving. I'm naturally just like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like um, being accountable makes everybody around you feel better about their self because you make them feel better. You come across that you're not trying to make them like you. you want them to be the best versions of their self.
Mm-hmm.
So, like sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
see women when have they natural hair and things, I give them a compliment. Ain't gotta be, oh, I'm just trying to hit on you. No, it's just to bring you up because I know how hard it is being for us. So many things want us to be away from ourselves. We
Mm-hmm.
don't really have true. Most people that's walking around don't really have true love for themselves because they feel they put hatred on other people, and they don't be accountable of knowing they putting hatred on other people because you don't be accountable for yourself. You don't love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that. What I say to that is, especially on social media, people don't realize how negative they can be towards other people. And like what you were saying, like how they can be really like they can be really they can hate a lot on other people and they won't show no accountability and then be all positive and saying they're the most positive person, but then go and bully somebody else, comment on somebody else's picture or whatever, being negative, and then they want to act like they just a positive person. They have no accountability towards themselves. So I see that a lot on social media, and I wish that people would just kind of look in the mirror more and be accountable for what they're like pushing out in the world, what energy they pushing out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you fix your own energy, you wouldn't see so much negativity, going on. You would look more on the positive side of life, being more optimistic and stuff. So am I accountable? Yeah, yeah, I'm accountable. I've always been like kind of hard on myself growing up, so
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't let myself slide. I mean, hey, I'm gonna be real. I probably wouldn't hold other people accountable like I held my own self accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm at the stage to where I'm holding other people accountable for what the hell they got going on, and it feels good because it's like, okay, if I can do it, I know you can do it, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like us as Black women, um, not you, Marcus, but us as Black women, I feel like when we hold people accountable, sometimes it can make it seem like we bitching, but it's not that. It's just like if I'm going to withhold my standards and my self integrity, I expect somebody else too. Like just because you want to do what you want to do, don't mean I got to deal with it. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how I feel about it.
I believe it's a full circle moment. It really is. It really is. So no,
Yeah.
that was good answers on from all of us.
My question is, why is it more challenging to hold yourself accountable
Mm.
than holding other people accountable?
Okay. Okay. Naya, do you want to go first since you went last?
Yeah. So I would say that with me personally, it's not more challenging to hold myself accountable, but I will say that it's more challenging for me to well, I guess it is more challenging for me to hold myself accountable when it comes to task. When it comes to task and stuff. But when it comes to like the values and like respecting others and stuff like that, that's not more challenging for me. But when it comes to like tasks and stuff and doing what I'm saying I'm gonna do, completing that goal and stuff, I believe that it's more challenging because you can always come up with an excuse for yourself. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
Right.
mean? You can
Mm-hmm.
always, you know what you're going through and you know the struggles that you're going through within your own mind. So it's like it's harder. I mean, it's more challenging to hold yourself accountable because you know how tired you are, but
Right.
it's up to us to motivate ourselves and believe in ourselves and push through. So I think that's why it's more challenging.
Okay, that was a good
Great.
answer. Good answer. And to piggyback off what you said, Naya, I agree myself. I would say it's an ego and pride thing. Like I stated earlier, I do have a strong ego and pride. I do have a dominant personality, just who I am as a woman. But I'm learning to just calm down a little bit more, simmer down, and whatnot. Also, I believe it's challenging to hold yourself than somebody else accountable because it's just emotional discomfort. It's you gotta be vulnerable, and it's hard for a lot of people to showcase their feelings, let alone you talk about your feelings, can be very just uncomfortable. And I would say, lastly, is internal justifications. And I had to look more into that. And that means just I statements. I'm too lazy. I was too tired. I this, I that. You're just stating I's about what you did wrong and why you felt the need. You don't have to hold yourself accountable because you're making an excuse for yourself. But
Mm-hmm.
those would be my reasons. I believe it's more challenging to hold yourself than somebody else accountable.
What you
That's
got,
great.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus?
I like it. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, phew, I'm all over the place with it in
Mm-hmm.
my head, but the one thing that's like, cause I think about a lot of stuff and I go everywhere. I'm everywhere with it. So, have you ever seen the show called Fringe?
Friends. Yeah.
Friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great, the show. Okay, so a lot of people haven't seen it, but on the show Fringe, I look at myself as an observer. The
Okay.
guy with the bald head sees everything, knows what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
but he has the love and care about something that he feel he can, something that's real important and that can really do help for others. They will go out their way for it. So holding the reason why I feel like it's harder is because we're not taught too many things that's internally.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up and growing up throughout life, it's always about someone else. It's always
Mm-hmm.
about what they doing. It's all about what she doing, what he doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never growing up, hey, you did this. Why did you do that? You feel me? So you actually get to talk to them, but really you're not talking to them. You're a vessel of their mind. You're a vessel of the other side that they can't see. So you have to be a vessel to be with something that's in their mind, but it's a physical thing they can see. Because most time we grow up, you can't see it, smell it, all that stuff. You don't believe it. It
Mm-hmm.
ain't
Right.
real. Accountability is nothing you don't physically see. It's there, but it's everywhere. It's within you first, though, but
Mm-hmm.
it's everywhere else. So when I picture things and I talk to people, I like to be a vessel for them. So when I come across one, I want you to be yourself. People can be themselves because they feel it. It's the heart of it. You know, I come from the heart. Like I grew up in a weird way,
Mm-hmm.
but I was kind of like the black sheep, so to speak, because I wasn't like everybody else. I wasn't like some that was just like an NPC basically.
Mm-hmm.
So when my mind is shaped, it's like I can see things people don't see or people don't even care about. You know,
Yeah.
and growing up as a man, in a way, you really don't have no choice to not be accountable because you're gonna be on the streets. Yeah,
Mm.
it's like sometimes it's not because of you, but certain things you gotta know it's gonna be harder for a man.
Uh-huh.
You're destined to do a lot of things. You you're looked up to do a lot of things. Whether you feel like you can't do it or not, people is viewing you to do it because you're a man. Whether you're an ugly
Being the
man, you're a
provider
short
and stuff
man,
like that.
yeah.
And
So
a
you
black
you
man
got a
in
lot of
America.
pressure.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
pressure. Plus, you got to know how to care for people and still be able to maintain yourself as a man. So
Mm-hmm.
having a
Mm-hmm.
family, that woman is a part of you. That child or that them children is the extension of you.
Mm-hmm.
So based on how you're rolling, that's how the family can roll.
Mm-hmm.
So when I feel like I was at a low point, I was there, but I was just on autopilot mode because I was overflowed with so much emotion and things that's slowing me down. I didn't really know I have an avenue. So
Mm-hmm.
I was just flowing, being motion, but I'm not growing. But I'm in a way I'm getting lower because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
moving. I'm not moving towards nothing. I'm not trying to face what I'm supposed to face.
Mm-hmm.
But when I feel things happen and stuff that was important to me, and I ain't really put the accountability part of it or was grateful for it, and it left me, I had to make a choice. Hey, you know this is a reason for you. You wasn't doing what you was supposed to do. So you know you weren't doing what you were supposed to do. So are you gonna change it and become a better version of yourself? Or you just gonna become worse and lose everything, including yourself? And I wasn't trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I had to have a whole week strong with thinking about everything I did, even stuff that really wasn't my fault, but it felt like I had an attachment of they chose or done certain things based on how I came across for them, not really feeling like I was there, so to speak, or not putting in the effort of understanding them.
I don't told you, you setting a high standard now for the next male guest. So no, you
Yeah,
coming with
this is
it.
good.
And I already
Mhm.
see we're gonna have to have you back because a lot of things that you're stating as well, and you didn't say this, but I would say you're preaching a lot about from a black man perspective too. All the harsh
Yeah.
realities of being accountable, of having to be a provider, and let alone like, can you even take a time and a moment to just reflect on what you have going on? But like you said, it's
Mhm.
already kind of just demanded upon you as a black man, like, well, you got to own up to it because you got to take care of X, Y, and Z. And that's a whole nother ball game. So, no, you were
Yeah.
speaking hella facts. And I
Mhm.
appreciate your heart and your mind. I can tell you really speak from your heart, and I fuck with
Yeah.
that. I do.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
same. That was good. One thing I wanted to say or just touch on from what you said, because really what it seems like what you're saying is really you got to put yourself first when it comes to like your mental health, pouring into everything and all your responsibilities. And if you forget about yourself, you won't have nothing else to pour,
Mm-hmm.
and your life will become like, now I wouldn't say meaningless, but it will become dull. Like if you don't put that energy into yourself and you don't hold yourself accountable for what you got going on and your goals and what makes you happy. And that goes for men and women, to be honest, because I think a lot of the time society we focus on women like taking care of themselves, self-care, da 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 da, but that's not really said about men. Like we don't ever say men self-care and have a self-care day for the men and stuff like that. That's all towards the women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's the beauty because y'all they want y'all to just be attractive in the way they want you to. Y'all don't want to be attractive from the inside, just
From
the
the
outside.
inside, right? Exactly. They want us to be fine on the outside, and but the music that we listen to, the stuff we see on social media, all that, it messes up on the inside, and then it's our responsibility to grow ourselves on the inside. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that was
Yeah.
a
So
solid
that's
answer. Solid.
yeah.
Thank you for that question. No, you didn't play with it at all. I like that.
Nah,
I like
you
that.
play.
How do you react when someone holds you accountable?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do I
I mean,
need
I
to
think you
answer
can answer
first?
first. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll go. So I would say first, it depends on who it is and how it's brought to me. So delivery tone is everything. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that could
Right.
be maybe one of my faults because I speak from passion. I'm sure you can relate to that too, Marcus. Like a lot of things
Yeah.
I say and how I feel is from passion. But sometimes people can misconstrue it as I'm being rude, bitchy, or just blunt, but that's just who I am. You gonna like it or you not. But I know I can work on my delivery and my tone. So if you come at me on some just kind of blunt, harsh, rude, now when you hold somebody accountable, you are pretty much it's a vulnerable topic. It's gonna be kind
Yes.
of emotional because now you're calling somebody out. You're trying to make them
Basically.
Yeah.
self-aware of something that
Yes.
they did or not doing. So if you're
Right.
coming at me pretty harsh and blunt, I'm gonna probably be defensive about it. But
Mm.
ultimately, I do hold myself accountable and I could see through the bullshit if it came at me kind of hard and wrong, I would realize, you know what, they are just coming at me for my better intentions because I would believe that person who is coming to me, telling me at this, excuse me, I believe that person who is coming at me to hold me accountable, they have good intentions for me. So I can't
Right.
be upset that somebody's checking me when I would want that because I would do the same thing for my friend or for whoever I'm going to hold accountable. But if you come at
Right.
me on some just cool, calm, kumbaya, I might be vulnerable at that moment and realize, well, damn, I appreciate you telling me this. And you're right. I did not do this and I need to work on that. So it's just about who you
Mhm.
are in my life, what you mean to me, and what's your delivery and tone when you bring that up to me.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same for
Good.
me. Same for me. It's all about delivery for me. Like if you come and you just no, I'm gonna be like, huh, wait a
Mm-hmm.
minute now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna feel attacked. Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because no, don't do too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely would be understanding and open minded. I think being an open-minded person is a big, big, big advantage when it comes to having relationships, maintaining relationships, because you're open to that criticism. And if you're not open-minded to being held accountable, you won't grow in life. You know, you will stay stagnant into wherever you at in life. So yeah, I'm most of the time I'm pretty positive. I might get in my feelings a little bit about it, you know, depending on the situation, but I'll be like, all right, cool. Coming for me? That's all. You coming for
me? Yes. What about you, Marcus?
I love y'all answers too. Y'all had great answers. Great answers. And about the question, I'll say I think really the reaction really comes from you yourself in a way because it's something I experienced. So a lot of things, how I can look at things, I kind of experience it in a way. So I can say growing up, I like played games and stuff like that. I was like a real homebody. I grew up playing games and stuff like that. So throughout my life, people are like, "Oh, you play the game too much." You da, 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 da. So people didn't really ask why. It was just like a stigma behind playing games. People don't ask like, "Why do you do it?" It's just like harsh, like strikes, and especially growing up in family, they don't want you playing no game. So that's all you do is play the game and stuff like that. So hearing that and like really growing up and understanding how it can take you away from certain things, it like helped me grow as a person because then I have to learn when people tell you things, it's because they love you. Sometimes they can be tell you because they really don't like it and they want to throw licks at you, but in a way it's still a truth. So no matter somebody throw it in a harsh way or they, it's still gonna come in the same way. It's gonna be fast or slow. So you can take it in the wrong way anyways, whether you like it or not. You feel me? So like I'm not really a person that's rah rah all the time. Like how I'm talking, I can do it now. If it's a problem you having and I don't like what you did to me, I'm talking to you just like this. And most times it can anger people. It can anger you if you don't have that intention. Like, dang, he just said something you don't like.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't care either. If it's something that if somebody hurts you and you let them know, hey, that hurts or something like that, but they don't care, that accountability might get flipped on you, and in a way you can get manipulated. So sometimes somebody can use something good that you're doing and try to make you being accountable and a good person. They can flip it on you, and it can be in a way of manipulation because they're avoiding it. And since you're so accountable and you understand you're trying to help them out, and they got to be accountable. I can't just let you keep sliding or doing what you're doing. But if you care so much in a way, you can get manipulated with your care because people can use that love to something else. And like me, I'm a real loving person. Like if you meet my mom and dad, you will see it. It's like, man, he ain't got no choice but to be a great person. Like, look at his mom, look at his dad. And they ain't drive that wedge against each other so I can actually fulfill both sides. And one thing I do care about is like family. I care about family a lot. And in a way, I grew up in a single parent household, but I understood the power that a woman has based on how my mom treated my dad. The way she treated my dad with love, she treated my dad with care, all that stuff. So when I went around my dad, I didn't have no tainted image of him. It was love there, you know? Yeah. So the power that the mom has for love, it can drive somebody or it can crush somebody. Because the love can be you don't love them. It's no in between with love. It's you love the person or you don't. So you get somebody that don't love you and you love them, it can hurt real hard. So you gotta understand, like if someone don't love you, you gotta understand that, be able to live with that, you know, because who don't want everybody to love or want everybody to like them. So how you gonna do it when somebody don't like you or don't love you? Are you gonna let that crash you? Are you gonna I'm still moving though. You don't like me, but hey, I'm good. You feel me? That ain't nothing. I'm moving.
It can move.
The fear of rejection is rare. Let me tell you, people do not man, like you said, when people get rejected, it can really make somebody crash out. And it's just like, come on, this is just daily life. When you shoot your shot, you're not always gonna make it. You know,
No, I
that's
had to
just
learn that, bro.
yeah.
I had a big fear of rejection. Hey, motherfucker rejecting me, I'm going off. Not on them, but I'm going off in my room and I'm mad. And
Quick,
I'm getting
quick
in the
little
bed. I ain't talking to nobody.
quick side note. It is kind of funny story. I know I'm going off a little tangent, but I had tried to shoot my shot right at this guy at the gym. And I came
Yes.
really, I had to plan it out too. Like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to him and really shoot my shot. I already told you this. I went up to him, I'm like, you look really good. I appreciate how you take care of yourself. Thanks. And just walked away.
See,
I
I would have
was
threw away.
it just, I got shot down like instantly. I was hoping that he would have conversated back with me. I didn't want him to like, return the compliment, but maybe just be like, oh, just have a little conversation. He
I'm
was not
like,
fucking
yeah,
with it at all. So I'm
yeah,
like, damn. So this is how you guys feel when you shoot your shot at a lady? And she's like,
yeah.
oh, thank you. And just walks off. Like, that is pretty harsh. That is.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
tough.
that is pretty harsh. Besides that tangent, I do have one last question, and it is what are some daily habits you do to help keep yourself accountable for your personal goals? Kind of a mouthful. So once again, what are some daily habits you do to help keep yourself accountable for your personal goals?
Mm-hmm. For me, the biggest one that I have that has been the most consistent is prayer for me.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer is the most consistent thing I do in my life. So that's what keeps me accountable. And by having prayer, by going into prayer, it gets me thinking about my personal goals. Also, having our weekly PPP meetings, this podcast also helps me stay accountable. Having a friend like Dominique really helps me stay accountable. I mean, hey, I got other friends too. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all help me, but I'm just saying though, Dominique, she
Oh,
helps me stay accountable too with our
thank you.
PPPs.
Thank you.
So
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's mine.
I would also say is prayer for me as well. And Naya definitely has helped instill that to me, daily prayer. Also gratitude. Like y'all know, I do write 5 things down every morning of what I'm grateful for. And then I also use a daily planner. I write down all the stuff I have to do for the week. And I'm always interactive with that. So I look at it all the time. So I just know what's coming up, what I need to do, what needs to be handled, and trying my best not to procrastinate. I have been doing really good on that lately. I've been really delivering all my stuff to a T. Like when it needs to get done, it just gets done. And I will also say is having a friend like Naya as well. We have our weekly PPPs. Being vulnerable with her also helps me just be accountable with my personal goals. And she doesn't judge me. She listens to me. I know I be talking crazy, and she just loves me. So I love you, Naya. Thank you for just being a great person.
Love
And
you, girl.
thank you, Mr. Marcus. What you got?
Um. So I'm not like y'all. I need to be where y'all at. You feel me? Y'all doing all that. Mine ain't gonna sound like that.
Yeah.
But
It's
like for
okay.
me, I'm way more in the present now. So
Yeah.
instead of me always putting the past in the front or getting on myself that I want to be something else in the future, I'm missing the present.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I've been more like in the present, like being real in tune with things that go on in my life, what I experience and what I experience from seeing other people and being able to talk to people, have conversations with people. Just be real in the present and trying to like look at life more than just something that's mundane, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I do a lot of I wouldn't say research, but like a lot of things that's like self-proclaimed, like really just bring the power into myself. Be more in control of knowing what I do, what I think, and what I put out is what I'm gonna get in, or how I feel in the inside is what's gonna attract to me. Or, things like that. Like I feel I'm a handsome guy, I don't want to get on myself, but
Talk your shit. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
But I didn't have that in myself because I went through so much and dealt with so much and I lived in the past. Like I know for experience, I lived in the past while I was in the present. So going
Mm-hmm.
through life, I'm not in the present. I'm living on the past, having this thing dragging. Oh, I'm not doing this because of that. I can't do this because of that. So the more I start chopping that stuff off and start being in the present, that's when more things is coming into play. That's when greatness started coming in. Things I'm
Yes.
attracting. People just say, "Hey, you look nice," and things like that. Like I wasn't getting it as much because I didn't have that love for myself. So the
Oh my
more that I
God.
gained love for myself, so much stuff started attracting to me. And that's the lost art that we have growing up in the world we in. It's so much stuff that want to feed off us to take us from away from ourselves. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what I have certain things like just for women. I don't it feel like wearing makeup and weave, and I understand I ain't doing it because my mom wore that and stuff. You feel me? I grew up on that. It ain't no
Yeah.
hate, but I see certain things that I'm sorry. I see certain things that takes the love from yourself and use that energy on something else. So
Mm.
instead of you, I talk to a woman, say, "Hey, you'll look good if you have your natural hair and you ain't gotta wear makeup." But it's really the love for them to bring that out of them. Instead of
Right.
making them put energy on something else to put on them, you ain't gotta get something else to put on you. It's already in you.
It's
You
in
gotta bring
you.
it out.
Yes.
So I think that's what I practice on every day, staying in the present, understanding I'm powerful,
Yeah.
know what I'm choosing and what comes at me. You gotta know that's what they're doing. They have their own choice. They ain't gotta do what you want them to do. You can show love and want them to bring that love back. You can't feel no type of way if it don't come back because it's their choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel
Right.
like the more I gain the knowledge of understanding other people, it makes everybody else around me because I don't feel no type of way if you different from me. I love you still. I like you still. I'm glad that you're different. Now I'm about to learn from you, and I'm finna gain more power. While I'm
Mm-hmm.
putting power in you, I'm still gaining power.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
a deeper concept. It's very it's crazy, but
Mm-hmm.
you if you know, you know.
What
If
So
they
you
say,
know, you know,
when you know,
bro.
you know. Good answer. Good answer. Like we say on families. Good answer. Good answer. Yeah. But
Right.
that
On
really
Black
was
TV.
a good ass answer. It really was. And
It
I
was.
really
That was
believe
good.
somebody is going to pull from all of us and what we said today about accountability and just have a deeper insight about that as well, because you put a lot of things into perspective for people. You really, really
Yeah.
did.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But
I
that,
appreciate that.
yeah, thank you, Marcus.
thank you.
That concludes our episode today of accountability. Like I said, I hope you guys can pull from one of us of what we talked about, because there was a lot of things that were said. So you might want to
Yeah.
replay
Yes, a
this
lot of
Great
episode.
gems.
things.
You might want to
Yes.
replay this episode back a couple times, take notes, make affirmations, because it was some wisdom in here. It really
It
was.
really was.
And
Yeah.
before we end things, as always, we do end our episode on a prayer. So if I could have you guys bow your heads, please.
Man.
Thank you. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you today for blessing us with the opportunity of bringing our first male guest on our podcast. This will not be the last. I pray you bless us all with abundance and prosperity as we work on achieving our personal goals. And lastly, I pray for discernment, patience, and understanding as we navigate our day to day lives. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Amen.
Love it.
Amen.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Dominique.
Yes,
Thank you.
of
Thank you.
course.
Thank you. So if you enjoyed this episode with our lovely guest, Marcus, please make sure you thumbs up this episode. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube at Black Wave. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna have more high level conversations like this. We definitely gonna have Marcus back on our show because he did an
Mhm.
awesome job.
10.
And make
Yes.
sure, yeah, like
Mm. Yeah.
chef's kiss, this is
Mhm.
perfect.
Mhm.
Also make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Black Podcast _. And if you want to get on this podcast like Marcus did, just make sure you email us at blackgroup8@gmail.com, or you can even DM us if you want to. Just let us know. Just let us know a little something, something. Comment what you think accountability is and if you are accountable or not. And if you're not, get together because you stopping your growth, baby. You stopping your
Mhm.
growth.
Mhm.
So again, Marcus, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to come up on our platform. And
Always,
you got anything to
always.
say?
I want to just say, this was amazing. Like it was like I'm not gonna lie, I'm long winded. I'm sorry, but like this is something that I was like nervous about doing for a long time. This is something I actually do, but I do it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it breaks the ice. I've been doing a lot of things that I would kind of be in a way like afraid of doing is because I haven't did it. So just
Yeah.
throwing myself out there, this is great. It's the energy is amazing. Two beautiful women, great minds. Yeah. What more can I say? So
Mm-hmm.
on TikTok, it's Lamarcus Utley. It's like my full name, Lamarcus Utley together, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And my Facebook, Marcus Stay Hoop and Die. I have recent like live streams that talking about heart to heart things and like some that's good for men and women that I did that I never really done before,
Mm-hmm.
but I just felt it in my heart to do it. So
Yeah.
you can check me out there, Facebook, TikTok, half and Instagram.
Once again, Marcus, thank you so much. This will be not be the last time you'll be on our podcast. We definitely want you
Yeah.
back, and you just let us know when you want to come back. You can bring another topic, or if we have a topic that we know will be good to speak on, well, hopefully you can just chime in because no, you have a great voice, you have great energy. We appreciate
Yes.
it. And I believe you are the voice of reason. So a lot of people
Thank
Yeah.
you,
definitely
thank
tune
you.
in. So no,
Yeah,
you're
for
doing
sure.
great work. So just stay tuned.
Yeah,
I know a lot of things are coming your way. Bigger and better things you're working on are going to come to
for
light for sure.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Start
thank you.
that live
Appreciate
streaming
that.
because you got something to say. What you saying like has value. So start that up. Like
Start it. Yes,
Okay.
this is
definitely.
the sign to start
Mm-hmm.
it up.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And
For
if you want
sure.
us to be a guest, we shall.
Hey.
Hey, you already know. You just gotta let me know. It's a
Yes.
yes, no matter what.
For
Period.
sure.
Okay.
For
Well, we need to
sure.
set that up then.
Yes. Well, thank you guys for tuning in for another
No
great episode
problem.
of Black. Y'all stay blessed, never stress, and we'll see y'all next week.
Deuces. Bye.
Bye.